To my right is a Pokemon Go noob, also known as my sister, Natalie. And today, in this YAP session, we're going to be interviewing her. We have a couple fun segments. She hasn't played Pokemon Go. What was the last time you played Pokemon Go?
Like a year and a half ago, and maybe a few days.
Wait, when?
Just made that up.
So it's been a while.
It's been at least a year and a half.
Why are you spinning around right now?
I don't know.
Anyway, welcome back to another YAP session. These are the YAP sessions that are up every single Friday where we just yap. Normally, I'm alone, but this week we have my sister here.
Pokies is in the house!
We were actually going to do this episode when I was in Alberta. Because if you notice, she's working in Alberta in Canada, which is
Kananaskis Mountain Lodge.
Oh, you're shouting. You're shouting it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come check it out. Great hotel, beautiful scenery, mountains.
We were there.
Yes.
I don't know if I recorded any videos when I was there. I don't think so. But we're gonna record a YAP session. Ended up falling through. But we're gonna make it happen here because she's in town. Unfortunately, she's working through the holiday season.
Boo.
RIPs
yeah, it
in
sucks.
chat. So she's not gonna be here for Christmas. So this is Christmas.
Merry Christmas, guys.
This is close.
Check out my Christmas socks.
Close to Christmas. And we have
Merry
this
Christmas.
nice little fireside place.
Yes. Chat, is it a gas fire or is it a wood fire? Comment down below. Is this...
Chat? You're already on the chat? She knows the lingo.
I watch your videos.
I don't say chat that much.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, yeah, let's dive into it. I hope you like our little setup. Actually, funny enough, before we have to mention, this is Pokemama's place. And she put her Pikachu she got from the Pokemon Center in Kyoto up there. So Pikachu will be watching us. Yeah. So anyway, last time you played Pokemon Go was a long, long time ago.
Like,
when have you played? Give people a breakdown of your Pokemon Go experience so people can get an idea of.
Okay, so back when Pokemon Go was first initially popular, what was that, like 2016?
Yeah, 16.
They released it in France before they released it in Canada or something like that. Because remember, we were able to play in France, but we weren't able to play in Canada.
Was that true?
I don't know. But I just remember my brother thought he was like some IT whiz, and you like were able to download it on my Canadian iPhone. Yeah, okay. We got it early somehow. That's when it started, and then I played through that whole thing where everyone was like, obsessed with Pokemon Go, and then it kind of died down, and I stopped playing for a little bit, and then 2020 COVID hit.
For a little bit, for 4 years.
Okay, whatever. 4 years, yeah.
For just a day or two, or 4 years.
And then, 2020 hit. It was COVID, or actually no, before COVID hit. You and Mama and Cam started playing.
I swear I only started playing in COVID, so unless you started playing before.
Well, do you remember that? Actually, no, you're probably right.
Yeah.
Like early COVID, and so I kind of hopped on the wagon that they were
doing. You did not play long, though.
No, I didn't, but there were a few times where we would go out. I had a Virizion.
Yeah, Virizion.
I had a Virizion, and I had the big guy, the big dragon guy.
Dragonite?
No. He's on 4 paws.
Terrakion?
Nope. Something with a G.
Gyarados?
Nope. He's like on 4 paws. He's got a big long neck. He's got what looks like a
Girafarig?
Are these real Pokemon? I feel like you're just
I think that answers the question. So
anyways,
she's a noob is what we're trying to say here.
No, I had a few legendaries and I had a few shinies. But then naturally, I just stopped playing. So that was maybe like 2021. And that was my experience.
You did play, just to give more context, you did play Pokemon when you were a kid.
I did a lot of Pokemon DS, a lot of Pokemon, like all the Pokemon games where like you pick a starter and you fight. But Pokemon Go is different.
Yeah. I remember taking your DS.
Vibe. Yeah. And then losing it on the plane.
No, it's because I broke mine, so the only DS I could use was her pink DS, so I would steal it.
And then he left it on the plane.
No.
Yes, you did.
No, it's upstairs. I swear it's upstairs.
I have had like imaginary beef with you for leaving my DS on the plane for like 10 years.
Why would I leave a DS on the plane?
I don't know.
Anyway.
I wonder the same thing.
Anyway, so let's hop into our first segment, real or fake. I'm going to be breaking down things in Pokemon Go, whether features, Pokemon, blah, blah, blah. And you can tell me if it's real or fake.
Okay.
This reminds me, actually, we did do a video, me and her, of the boot camp.
Pokemon Boot Camp.
Remember?
Please
And
don't watch it. It's extremely embarrassing for me.
Remember there was a segment where every time you got a question wrong, I pushed you into the pool?
Yeah.
That was a good time. Let me know if you want to see Boot Camp Part 2. Okay.
No, we're not doing Boot Camp Part 2.
Okay. Ready for the question, real or fake? Okay.
Is there like a consequence if I get it wrong?
No, just for fun.
Okay, perfect.
Just kidding. I get to push you into the fire. Okay, your Pokemon can rebel if you don't feed them for a week in Pokemon Go, and they won't go into battle with you if you don't feed them for a week.
Okay, here's my thought process.
Okay, give me your thought process on all of them.
Yeah, so this sounds like something that would make sense in like the Pokemon like DS games or like Nintendo Switch games or whatever. That would make sense.
Okay.
But in Pokemon Go, it's not really clicking for me as much just because I know that you...
Why is it not clicking?
Well, I'm getting to it.
Okay.
I know, if I remember correctly, there's like, you feed them berries or candies. You feed them candies.
You were right originally, berries.
Oh, what happened to the candies?
The candies, yeah.
So like level them up.
Yeah, I don't know if you feed them candies. You like give them candies to them?
What do they do with the candy other than eat them?
Actually, I guess you're
Just
right.
store them?
Did they eat them to power up? Actually, I never thought of that, but yeah, okay.
Well, what else would they do with them? You
just like
keep
absorb them into their skin or something. Okay.
So I know about the candies, and then you feed them berries, you said.
You feed them berries, yes.
And does that help with any like leveling up?
You can become best buddies with them if you get enough hearts by feeding them berries.
This is hard.
Just go for it. You know, there's no wrong answers. There is one wrong answer. It's all fun and games.
Okay, I feel like it's something that you would do in the like story mode games.
Yeah.
But I don't... Wait, I have a follow-up question. Would Pokemon like run away? Can they run away from you?
In Pokemon Go?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. But they can refuse to go into battle?
Yes.
Okay, so the answer is yes, because you just told me they can refuse to go into battle.
No, I'm telling you, that's what this is. The question is.
Is this the reason why?
You don't feed them. Is this a real or fake sentence? Your Pokemon can rebel if you don't feed them for a week. They won't go into battle with you.
I think it's fake because I disappeared on my Pokemon for 4 years from 2016 to 2020, and I never had any Pokemon say that they refuse to go into battle with me.
Okay, Marie, you are correct. It is fake. You're really jumping back and forth there, though.
It's all about working through the logic and getting to the root of the issue.
Just go with your gut. Your gut was correct in the original. Your original gut was correct. Okay, you ready for question number 2?
Ready.
There's a feature where Pokemon can get stronger if it's raining in real life.
That definitely sounds like a Pokemon Go thing, you know. It's very real life oriented. Can't you like put your camera and it'll like show the Pokemon in front of you?
I feel like I should stop answering your questions.
My follow-up questions?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just chat through the thought process then. So,
not a chat. We're not live streaming.
Sorry.
You can call them chat though.
Yeah. Whoever's watching. I think that because Pokemon Go is very like you're walking along real streets, that makes perfect sense that water Pokemons would get stronger if it's raining or something like that.
Okay, your final answer. True or false?
What was the statement?
There's a feature where Pokemon can get stronger if it's raining in real life.
True.
Correct. True. Wow. Not as much of a
High
new
five,
as I
guys. High five.
Moving on. You can transfer your Pokemon to Pokemon Home and bring them to other Pokemon games. So your Pokemon from Pokemon Go could be brought into your other games on the Switch. True or false?
No way. No way. Let me...
Walk us through. Why are you saying no way? So
what is Pokemon Home? What is that?
It's a database of Pokemon.
Interesting. I don't know. I just feel like it's a lot easier. I don't know. You know, guys, I'm not an expert. Please correct me if I'm wrong.
That's the whole point of this video.
Okay,
That's what makes this funny.
I feel like, at least for me, I was able to catch a Garatula? What was that Pokemon?
We're never
He
gonna.
was on 4 legs. He had like yellow stripes going up his neck. It was huge. Gara something.
Oh, Garatina.
Garatina! I was so close!
On 4 legs. He's on
Garatula.
6. Okay, I'm kidding.
So, anyways, as I was saying, I was like a noob and I caught a Garatina like within like a month of playing. And that's obviously because I was with you guys who were all really good. So I was just entering the same battles with them. I think it's a lot harder to catch a legendary Pokemon in a like Pokemon like story game because that's usually like the end.
True.
So I don't think it would be fair if you were able to take your, Garatina that you caught by mooching off your brother and transferring it, into a story game. So therefore, my answer is no. I don't think that is true.
It is true. You can do that, actually. But I fully agree with your statement.
You do.
It is kind of broken, and I've thought about this before, that, like, I have, like, 100 Garatinas in my account. I could just bring them into the newest Pokemon game.
Yeah, and just...
There might be a like, certain level you need to get to. I've never really done it too much. So there might be a certain level before you can actually get the Pokemon in the game. But, yeah, no, you're right. That's how, like, shiny stuff is a lot easier to get in Pokemon Go.
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
So I understand why you'd be confused.
Yeah.
Okay, the next question.
Okay.
If you spin 3 Pokestops in a perfect triangle, you will summon and / spawn in a stronger Pokemon. True or false?
What is a fresh triangle?
3 Pokestops that are in the shape of a triangle.
I feel like I've heard about this Pokemon this Pokestop triangle thing. I've heard that it does something. From like you guys talking.
Where have you heard this? On my videos?
No. Just like, I don't know. It sounds familiar that if there's like 3 Pokestops.
Are you thinking of Legend of Zelda with the triangles? When was the last time you watched Pokemon Go content? Because I'd be very surprised if you found the triangle trick.
No, I've just heard you guys talk about it, I think. I think I might have like watched one of your videos where you were talking about it. So, but I don't know if that's what it does. I'm gonna see. Here's the other thing that's important to consider. The first 3 facts have all been true. There's no way number 4 is true too, unless you're really trying to mess with me.
No, it was okay. I'll give you the breakdown. It was false, true, true.
Oh, okay. Then I'm gonna go with true.
It's not true. Oh. I tried to not give it up, but then when you looked at me, you said, I think I've heard you talk about that before. I just couldn't.
But isn't there something about 3 Pokestops in a triangle?
No.
There's nothing?
Completely made up.
Really?
The triangle summoning circle. Oh my god.
Wait, what am I
But are you thinking of Legend of... I feel like you're thinking of Legend of Zelda. Or something.
Why? What is it? What is in Legend of Zelda that's...
I don't know. That's not true, though.
Why did I just make that up? The Mandela effect, y'all. I tell you.
It's all right. You know what? That was a toughie. Okay, the next one. If you name your Eevee Glacia, it evolves into a Glaceon.
See, that sounds like some weird little niche code that like the Pokemon Go creators would like, squeeze in. It sounds like something they do.
True or false?
I'm going to say true because I feel like Pokemon Go has a lot of I feel like the Pokemon universe in general just has like backdoors and like weird little super niche little hacks.
Little hacks?
And stuff. And this sounds like one that they would do.
So yes, it is true.
Okay.
But I will say, I think I messed up the name. I think it's actually Rhea. You need to name it. But I'll still give it to you.
Well,
because you would have never known the difference. I think it's actually related to the anime, Rhea.
Really?
Because there's in the anime there's
the
Pokemon anime. Oh. There's a Glaceon called Rhea. So in Pokemon Go, but you can only do it once. So you nickname an Eevee Rhea, it will evolve into Glaceon.
The more you know.
But yeah, that was a little bit, because technically I gave you the wrong name. But I'll still give it to you because you are correct.
Thank you.
Okay.
This way.
If you walk more than 7 kilometers at night, your odds of finding a shiny will increase for the rest of that night.
Specifically at night.
Mm-hmm.
No way.
No way. Why? Why no way?
Well, that's too specific. There's too many specific
But you just went and said that there is a specific niche code.
But the Rhea one is a fun one. This one is just kind of annoying.
Annoying?
Like, you don't want to walk 7 kilometers at night. If you're a woman, you're not doing that.
That's a good point.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, where are you? You're just going to walk in circles? Although I have seen my mom do that.
Yesterday, our mom was walking in a snowstorm playing Picky Peck Community with a white jacket.
Yeah, all white jacket. And she literally looks like a hazard walking down the street. There's a car driving by. Like, the car's going so slow.
Be safe.
It's like a snowstorm. And she doesn't even look up from her phone.
Be safe. Be safe out
Dad,
there, guys.
don't do that.
Bad manners.
Look where you're going,
Okay,
please.
so back to this. Would you walk 7 kilometers at night?
No, I think that is just too specific. It's too niche. 7 kilometers is also like a decent amount.
Yeah.
It would make more sense if it was like for the whole day. But specifically for at night, 7 kilometers at night, something about that, I disagree. False.
Correct. It is
Woo!
false.
Woo!
Damn, maybe I should have put it at day. It would have been more believable.
I would have thought about it more, honestly. The at night was just a little too suspicious.
Yeah, it is kind of a sus thing. Mm-hmm. Okay, next one. Mm-hmm. You can join raids with people from other countries without ever meeting them.
That definitely sounds like something Pokemon Go would do. However, if I remember from my years playing Pokemon Go, you have to like be with, that group when you would do a raid, right?
Yeah.
Like I would come with you guys.
You'd
we'd all do the
come
raids
with us,
together.
Yes.
But nowadays, there's tons of like VPNs and...
What does VPNs have to do with this?
Like a VPN, you can change your IP address to be somewhere you're not, right?
Yeah.
Can you repeat the question?
Repeating the question.
Okay.
You can join raids with people from other countries without ever meeting them.
I'm going to say, Pokemon Go is a community. It's a global community. I'm going to say true.
True?
Yeah.
It is true, yeah.
Woohoo!
Actually, a feature introduced
Woo! Go ahead.
A feature introduced after you, I think, left the game. Remote raids. So you can remotely join raids, but they are very expensive.
Who wants to join a raid with me?
Next question. I don't want to join. Actually, I'll join a raid. You should download Pokemon Go again.
I might have to, honestly.
You can theoretically catch Pokemon in airplanes. True or false?
Theoretically. What do you mean by theoretically?
It is possible to be done if you have internet. Because I say theoretically because the fact that, like, obviously you have to be in airplane mode and not all the... Well, planes nowadays have internet.
Theoretically, yeah, I think so. There's tons of bird Pokemon and...
That's why you're related.
Yeah, I feel like they would definitely have like some Pidgeons flying around the plane or something that you could catch. So you put your like phone out the window. And
other question: there's a higher chance of finding bird Pokemon when you're in an airplane.
That's the next question.
I'm following up right now. You think that's true?
Yes. No.
Back to the original question. True or false? You can theoretically catch Pokemon in airplanes. True.
Okay, sweet.
There's been trainers. There was one guy who got banned for playing Pokemon Go on an airplane.
Banned because I think Pokemon Go or from the airplane?
From both. No.
Wow.
No, from
blacklisted. Is he on the no-fly list?
No, because I think his players moving too fast, and there's spoofers, which are like GPS joysticks where you don't move, and like it thought he was spoofing because he was moving so fast on the plane.
Right.
I think, from what I understand, that's what it was, but I'm not 100%.
So sorry to that guy. It sucks.
He's unbanned now, so it's all right.
That's good.
Next question. There's a Pokemon that you can only evolve if your phone is upside down, aka like physically upside down. True or false?
May I ask the name of the Pokemon, or is that not allowed?
Inkay.
False. You just made that up.
False?
False.
It is true, actually.
No, it's not.
I'll show you.
Its name is Inkay?
Yeah, I'm not even tripping.
My God, they're bored over at Niantic.
It was actually Pokemon GO that did it. Look, even in the main series games, okay, you see I can't evolve it. And then if you turn it upside down, the evolve button opens up. And then when you evolve him, he flips upside down.
That's pretty cool, I'm not going to lie.
Pretty cool, eh?
Can I see his evolution?
This Malamar is his evolution, which is like the mind reader Pokemon or something like that. Next question.
Okay.
Hatching eggs still works even if the app is fully closed.
I think so. Yeah, because I remember when I played Pokemon Go, I would open the app and a bunch of eggs would have had hatched from the walking I did.
Okay. So,
I think.
true
So,
or false?
Like you hatch eggs by walking. I know that.
Yes, that is the premise.
I know that. I think that you could still walk and hatch an egg even if the app is closed. I think that is... What was the statement?
That was the statement. Hatching eggs still works even if the app is fully
I think it's true.
It is true.
Okay, sweet.
Congratulations.
That's awesome. That's
okay,
good.
so you remember a little bit of your Pokemon Go experience back in the day. Good to know. Mm-hmm. If you walk to the exact GPS coordinates of Niantic HQ, you get a free Mewtwo. In-game.
Okay, so the coordinates of the headquarters.
HQ, yes, that's what the headquarters stands for.
Okay. Are they working from the headquarters?
Yes, they do work from the headquarters.
So if you just go onto the property, you get a few free Mewtwo.
If you go into the area, it's like a range.
Okay. Are Mewtwo strong in Pokemon Go?
Yes, very strong.
Are they still like the...
He's like, it's hard to say he's the best, but he's definitely up there.
Okay.
Did you have a Mewtwo when you played?
Pokemon Go? No.
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 You
But
never
I
caught a
remember Mewtwo from the show.
Yeah, the
And-
movie.
The movie?
Remember we watched the movie? It was the first movie has Mewtwo in it.
Oh, right. But then, well, there's been tons of Pokemon Go shows, but everyone knows the classic one is Ash, Brock, and what's her name?
Misty.
Misty. Ugh, useless.
Because Ash takes Misty's bike and he never gives the bike back to Misty.
Yeah, she's just a complainer the whole time. I just hate that. Let's represent women as strong characters. Let's not make them useless. Like half the... that's a whole other conversation.
Yeah, well, it was a really old show, so I
is.
think there's been some changes hopefully now.
It is.
Anyway, back to the question. Do you get a Mewtwo for going to the headquarters?
Yeah. I think that would be kind of fun and cool. I could see them doing that.
So your final answer?
My final answer is true.
This is false.
Boo.
It would be cool. I do agree. I think it would be cool, but I also think it would be a nightmare. And also imagine all the people flooding the HQ if there was a Mewtwo there.
That makes sense.
They'd have to spend so much money on security.
That's true. I'm picturing that they have like a little
Like
park
booth?
next to it.
Oh, yeah.
People could just fuck, like a public park.
Yeah.
People could just...
That would be cool.
Yeah, that would be cool. Where is it? Is it... Let me guess.
Well, the funny thing is this question is technically... I did this... I should have said Scopely, but you don't know that Pokemon Go is actually sold to a different company now.
Really?
Scopely, yeah.
Is that the new company?
Yeah, and I think they're from the Middle East, so...
Cool.
If you go to the Middle East headquarters... Anyway, point is, it is false, but it would be cool.
That would be cool.
Okay, next question. Pokemon can photobomb your pictures and trigger a special exclusive encounter. Because so you asked me earlier, can you take pictures of your Pokemon? Remember the AR?
Yeah, where it's like
Yeah,
the
so you
Pokemon's
can.
right there in front of you.
So this is saying that Pokemon can photobomb that picture and become a special exclusive encounter.
So like you're taking a selfie with like Pokemama and...
You're taking a picture of the Pokemon and then bang, a Pokemon appears.
Oh, I definitely could see that happening for sure. If the Pokemon's like nearby.
It has to be. What do you mean?
Like is it a Pokemon that's like nearby, or it's like one of your other Pokemon come in photobomb?
It's a special exclusive Pokemon.
Yeah, true.
True? It is true.
Okay. Have you ever had that happen to you?
Many times. I
That's
have over
cool.
700 photobomb encounters.
What is a special encounter? What does that mean?
So there's a Pokemon called Smeargle, which is like the artist drawing Pokemon.
Cool.
And he just appears. You can get him once a day. And then when you go to events, there's exclusive Pokemon you can find as well.
Wow.
Which is cool.
That is very cool. Okay. Good to know.
2 more. I wonder what your record is. We're going to recount your record after.
Okay.
Pokemon you catch on your birthday get a special animation. So when you open the game, you start the game, you set your birthday. So the game knows when your birthday is. So any Pokemon you catch get a special animation. So Pikachu does a special jump. Every Pokemon, Snorlax does a special jump.
A special jump.
I don't know how to describe it, but it's just different than the normal jump they would do.
I say true. Every app, social media app, has some version of a special birthday edition. So I think it's true.
Think it's true?
Yeah.
It's actually false.
Really?
But you know what? I fully agree. Every
Yeah.
single app has a thing on their birthday. Pokemon Go has nothing special on your birthday.
That sucks. Why are they asking for my birthday information if you're not going to celebrate with me?
I don't know. Anyway, final question. If you land consistent excellent throws, it gets easier over time to catch certain Pokemon.
I keep spinning back over.
You gotta put your feet down, I think.
Okay, well, here's what I'm thinking. If you land consistent excellent throws, maybe you're just an excellent thrower. So, therefore, naturally, it's going to get easier for you to catch Pokemon because you're getting better and better. Like my mom
This is not
went
naturally, though. This is like a code. It sees you hit an excellent throw, gives you a catch boost on the next throw. Put your foot down so you start spinning in the chair.
I'm comfortable like this, though.
Okay. Just leave it.
I actually don't know. Like, on one end, it could be yes, but then what do you define as consistently? 50%, 60%, 70%, and then over what range? There's a lot of complications with that.
I cannot disclose the numbers.
I know, I'm thinking through my thoughts. I'm thinking out loud here. So yeah, like if you're consistently throwing excellence, and then what if you stop consistently throwing excellence? Where does that leave you? But then on the other hand...
No, keep going. This is enjoyable.
On the other hand, like, it would make sense for you to get a little boost from being good.
Agreed.
Really?
Get this out.
Gotta take everything into consideration on this decision, guys.
The final question.
Oh, God. This one actually stumped me a little bit. Okay, so sorry. Consistently throwing excellent throws gives you a boost to catch harder Pokemon.
It makes it easier to catch the next Pokemon. If you let an excellent throw, you get a little boost on the next one.
Just the next one.
Yeah, but if you land another excellent throw, it's another one.
Guys, I really don't know. I really do not know.
What is your gut telling you?
It keeps going back and forth. I think my gut is telling me no.
Okay. Do you trust your gut?
Sometimes, but sometimes it's led me astray. I think my gut is telling me no, but also it does make sense. Like that, it would make sense that there is a reward for landing good throws. But then again, when you land an excellent throw, aren't you like more likely to catch that Pokemon anyways? Or is that not a thing?
Yeah.
Right? Like compared to a good throw?
Yeah.
I'm going to say no.
You are correct.
Congratulations.
It is a feature that we have asked for a long time.
Hey.
It is a feature we've asked for a long time into Pokemon Go. Like, like you should be rewarded if you hit an excellent throw. You should be able to like get a catch streak going almost.
That makes sense.
You know, but they have not added it into the game yet, so it's a little bit unfortunate.
Dang.
Okay, let's look at your record. So your Pokemon can rebel if you don't feed them for a week. You said no. So here, you want to put your finger up for everyone to get right? There's a feature where Pokemon get stronger in real life if it's raining in real life. You got that right. You can transfer your Pokemon to Pokemon Home and bring them in other games. You got that wrong. So I'll count your wrongs.
Okay.
If you spin a Pokestop in a triangle, you summon a larger Pokemon. You said yes, so that's wrong. If you nickname your Pokemon Eevee or Glacia, you evolve into Glaceon. You got that right. If you walk 7 kilometers at night, your shiny odds increase. That was wrong. You got that right.
Okay.
If you join raids with people from other countries, you got that right. You can theoretically catch Pokemon in airplanes. You got that right for 6. There's a Pokemon you can only evolve if your phone's upside down. You got that wrong.
Right. Okay.
Hatching eggs with the app closed, you can do that. You got that right. If you go to Niantic headquarters, you get a Mewtwo. You got that wrong. Photobomb, Pokemon can photobomb your encounters. I forget what you said for that.
I think I said true.
So you got that right.
Sweet.
Your Pokemon, if you catch Pokemon on your birthday, you get a special animation. You got that wrong. But you did get the last one right. So you get one more. So you got 9 correct and 5 incorrect.
So 9 out of what, 16?
There was 14, I think.
Oh, 14.
9 out of 14. That's pretty good.
That's not bad.
Congratulations.
That's not bad. Thank you. I did a lot better than I thought, to be honest. But it's all about just working through the thought process.
You worked through it. Anyway, that brings us into our next segment, which is going to be the Hot Takes Explained. So in this segment, I'm going to be breaking down some controversial subjects in the Pokemon Go community, okay?
Okay.
Almost political. I always say this game is almost political because there's just a lot going on, and it's a game that interacts with the real world, so there's a lot of things you have to consider, right?
Got it.
So, I'm going to give you a breakdown. You can tell me your opinion on it. You don't have to choose a side if you don't want to choose a side. Just let me know what you think of it, what's going through your feeling, and I guess almost like what you would do, you know?
Yeah, this is coming from the point of view of someone who's like, I'm not an avid Pokemon goer. You know, I've played the game from time to time. I love Pokemon as a kid and growing up. But I don't know if I'm necessarily involved in the politics of the situation. But I do support my brother's career, of course.
Thank you. Okay, cool. Let's dive into it. Okay, so the first one we're going to talk about is accessibility and fairness in Pokemon Go. Okay? So let me explain.
Okay.
So before Pokemon Go, not before Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go was a game of in person. You explained earlier that you had to come with us to do the raids, all of that stuff.
Absolutely.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
This led to people who don't live in busy cities like us, who can't go to downtown Ottawa. You know, you lived in Toronto for a bit, right? Or near Toronto? No.
Yes.
Anyway, if you live in busy cities versus rural areas, it ended up with the people who live in the urban cities and where there's more Pokestops, gyms, people to battle with, got all the good stuff.
Naturally more successful.
You know, they had more success with
Makes
the game,
sense.
blah, blah, blah.
Makes sense.
People in the rural areas didn't get as much. This is still a thing with today. But when COVID came, everybody had to move indoors, stop going outside. They added a bunch of features to help just people play from home almost. Right. And obviously these ended up helping rural players as well, people who couldn't get out. So they added remote raids, which is the one thing I talked about. Like you can join a raid from anywhere. They doubled the distance which you can spin a Pokestop. They, there was other things they added. They added distance trading for a little bit, so you could trade with people like 40 kilometers away from you instead of 100 meters away from you.
Cool.
And so this pretty much all happened, okay? But then, after the COVID happened, all that stuff,
the COVID,
Niantic wanted to go back to their philosophy of exploration. So let me give you some feedback on that. Pokemon Go, the game company that used to run Pokemon Go, was all about exploration, and all of the features that they add were always to get people to meet.
Right, to get people to go outside.
And get people to go outside and talk to each other. That was the whole point when
it came up and about, was go outside. However, they didn't consider, like, you're going outside, but you're stuck to your phone.
Yeah, so I will say, it's a little bit of a paradox.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Good big word. Nice.
I learned it today.
Really? You shouldn't advertise that.
No. It's a joke. Okay? Anyway, point is, when COVID stopped, they started stripping away a lot of these features. We lost... Well, remote raids, you used to be able to do unlimited a day. They dropped it to 5 remote raids a day. They increased the price of remote raid passes. They took away remote trading. There's other things that I just can't think of. Those are like the main big ones, but there was other things too that they just took away that really helped being able to play Pokemon Go from home, almost. You know what I mean?
I see, okay.
So this led to a huge backlash of all the rural players being upset because these features help them play. Disabled and accessibility was a big thing. If you're in a wheelchair, all of that stuff, not being able to play Pokemon Go. But Niantic just held strong. They did they kept 80 meter, they kept the double distance on spinning Pokestops, but everything else kind of went away. And pretty much the whole reasoning on why they did this is because they wanted to promote people getting back outside, because a lot of the local communities were dead because no one was going outside to play anymore because they didn't have to.
Right.
So this did revive a lot of local communities. A lot of people watching this that had no local community in 2020, 2021, but now everybody has to go out and play.
Right.
But I guess, what's your opinion on this? Do you think Niantic, it's Scopely now, so things are a little bit different because I don't think they have the exact same mentality, but what side are you on? Do you think it's better to get these people outside to play and interact? Or do you think it's better to, keep these accessibility features to let the most amount of people play the game? Or where's your gut? What's your thought process on all this? How do you feel about it?
I do completely understand the whole idea that, Pokemon Go is meant to bring you outside. It's meant to have you touch grass. In a way,
yeah,
even though you're mostly touching your phone.
You touch grass with your feet.
But yeah, I understand. I think it makes sense that they added these features for COVID to help everyone play. However, I don't necessarily understand how adding features like, you doubling the distance to spin a Pokemon stop or whatever would have helped the people playing in rural areas. I think accessibility is super important. I think there's also a whole conversation about like monetary accessibility. Like some people can't even afford phones to play. How are we going to include them? But that is a whole other conversation.
Yeah.
But I think what they, taking away the features, I agree that it allows people to go outside more, which is quite important. However, I think you're kind of putting back the disadvantage to the rural community, where they're naturally not going to be as successful on the game because they don't have access. And once again, they are not close enough. They can't trade with anyone. I feel like a solution should be to cater it to the community, considering someone...
Oh, like getting people outside, you're saying?
Yeah, I think it depends on, the area, to be honest. Because if you think about it, if you're doubling how far you have to be to spin a Pokestop, that's going to help the people in rural areas. But what that's also going to do in the city is now these people in the city are going to have access to double the amount of Pokestops. So right? Because there's probably way more Pokestops in their area. So they did that, I guess, to try to keep people from being able to play inside. But if the rural people are like, oh, this is hard for us, we're not as successful, and then they implement stuff like that, then you're still not going to be as successful because you still have this unfair advantage.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a weird political situation because when you buff the rural trainers, you're gonna inherently buff everyone,
yeah.
And especially it's probably gonna be much, much more. It's like you say, you're gonna get access to double the Pokestops versus a rural trainer which just gets access to one or two more. My take on it is honestly the fact that it is, for me, I don't want to say a double standard, but if that was their goal, adding these features for COVID specifically goes against, what's the word? The word when you're not doing what you say? How do I forget what this word is? Hypocrite.
Oh.
How do I forget this word?
You didn't even define it properly.
I didn't even define it properly. Anyway, it's a little bit hypocritical to be hey, we're going to add these features for rural players and accessibility, but then it doesn't actually follow our mantra, so we're going to remove it. So my take is they would have been in a much better position. And I think a lot of the community is just upset because they added it and then took it away.
Yeah, it's they're breadcrumbing them a little bit. I agree with that. I think that the most fair would genuinely be to cater to the area. And I think if you're in a more rural place, you should be allowed to have access to certain features that you can't have in a city just to try to make up for the fact that you can't,
if they, you're saying, geo-locking features.
Yeah, if you're in somewhere in the middle of nowhere, pardon my language, but you should have a longer range before, it should depend on the Pokestop. If there's a Pokestop in the actual middle of nowhere, like, it wouldn't be fair that you'd have to be within 100 meters, for example, versus a Pokestop in, like, Central Park, where there's, like, thousands of people within 100 meters all the time. I don't know. I've never been to Central Park.
Interesting.
But, yeah. I feel like it should be catered to the area, and I do agree that it's not fair for them to kind of tease the community with it just to take it away.
I will say they did say that they were going to remove it.
They did? Oh, okay.
So it's not like they're, like, you know, I'm sitting here like they didn't say it. They did say, hey, we're going to remove these after COVID.
What does that sound?
Well, hopefully it's not too loud. Anyway, okay, so that is it. That's accessibility. Thank you for sharing your take. It's definitely a weird, touchy subject because there's a lot of situations. Because then you throw in accessibility and people in wheelchairs and stuff like that, and like obviously doubling the spawn distance helps them because they physically cannot get super close to some Pokestops. You know what I mean? So
I think the most important thing is to honestly cater to the specific person, which is very difficult. But like there should be an option if you're in a wheelchair as well. Where like maybe it is harder for you to get around. Like you should be able to tell that to the app, and they should.
It would be great. It would be great. It would definitely get abused. It would definitely get abused. But it would be great if you could like say, "Hey, I'm a trainer who has difficulty with Sasa," and like you have to submit some sort of proof, and then that means you get like a special. I don't know. That helps you play.
I think you should have to prove it. Obviously, it's like in
it would definitely get abused, though. It would so get abused. That's the problem. Like this is why I can't have nice things because people
take advantage. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, thank you for sharing.
Interesting.
Next take, okay? So this is a very hot, I don't want to say hot take, but this is a take that's been going down. So there's a rumor, okay? So when Niantic removed remote raid passes, it was one of their best money makers. 2020 and 2021, people were buying so many remote raid passes because they could raid from home.
Right.
They made the most amount of revenue they've ever made. And I don't think, actually maybe 2016, I think they made more money than even the first year Pokemon GO came out. And everyone was playing Pokemon GO in 2016.
Yeah, I remember.
You know?
Wow.
So when they removed it, people were like, hey, well, how does Niantic make money? You know what I mean? Like, they need money to run their business, blah, blah, blah. And, like, people are going to stop buying remote raid passes, which made them so much money. And sure, they'll make a lot of money, but they have a lot of things they have to pay for. Servers, employees, blah, blah, blah.
Well, sorry, quick question. Does Niantic only own Pokemon GO, or does it own the whole
They
Pokemon
own other
franchise?
They own just the rights to make Pokemon GO.
Okay.
So they also have to pay a lot of their revenue to Pokemon.
Right.
Because they're borrowing the
like
IP.
the patent, whatever.
Anyway. So people were like always wondering, how does Niantic make money? And people would theorize that Niantic sells people's data, location data. So when you walk to, let's say everybody's walking to so-and-so area and going into so-and-so store, they can package that up and sell it to companies. So then companies can do market research to be like, hey, where do we want to put a new Starbucks in? Because a lot of people are going there, you know what I mean? Or, location data, even other data, like where do women that are, 20 to 30 go a lot and walk a lot?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So this was a big theory.
Dicey.
Niantic did confirm that they do not sell data. But they did word it, and this is a thing that went in the community. They said, we do not sell individual people's data. So then people came out with the theory that they don't sell specific player data, they group it up and sell mass data.
Right.
But Niantic did come out and said, hey, we do not sell individual user data to other companies to make money. It's not one of their revenue sources. Do you think, because there's a lot of, I don't want to say paranoid, but it is a big paranoid thing in the community where there's a lot of people who just straight up, because it is a he said, she said, like they're never going to, well, they might admit, but like they did say, hey, we don't do this. But even them saying we don't do this, people still believe that they do, and they're just a corporate sneasel trying to like weasel their way out of it.
Right.
So what do you think? And I don't know if there's a correct answer. Personally, and maybe that's just the way I am, I like to believe in people's word. You know what I mean? And just be like, they're not doing it.
So they said we don't sell individual data.
I forget the exact line, but it was, we don't sell users' individual data.
I honestly understand the paranoia, I think, because if they didn't sell data point blank period, that's all they would have had to say. But I think being specific and saying we don't sell individuals' data is like, oh, but like what do you sell then? However, at the same time, it's like maybe that was the initial concern. Like people were worried that they were like being personally tracked, and so they were like, okay, let's just be the most specific we can.
Yeah.
This is a hard one. This one kind of stumps me.
That's what I'm saying. And there's a lot of people in the community, people watching who still believe, you know, and maybe it's true, maybe it's not. It's a he said, she said scenario. Like, we're never going to have an answer. Like, I will say, looking at the revenue of Pokemon Go, like, I feel like you'd get, and also this goes into the theory of why they wanted to remove remote raids and get people outside, because they weren't making enough money off data, because people were playing from home. They weren't going out.
Right.
So they were like, that's why, and that's like a big theory of why Pokemon Go wants people to get outside as well. Another conspiracy is because we want people outside so we can collect their data and see where they go and package that up, sell it to companies so they can find out where to put their stores or whatever.
Interesting. However, like, isn't Pokemon Go technically influencing where you're going regardless, or are they tracking you even when your app is off?
Well, technically they are tracking, because remember we said that you can hatch eggs when your app is off. So if you turn it on with Adventure Sync, yeah, I think they do. Anyway.
That's tricky. I mean, I really don't know. Like, I agree that...
You are into environmental stuff.
Yes.
And you do not like big corporations. So my guess is that you're leaning towards... But correct me if I'm wrong.
Well, I was going to say, like you said, you believe people are good, and I sometimes believe people are good. I just think people tend to hide behind the mask of a big company and make bad decisions for money, and people do get caught up in money. However, I think the statement they released is tricky, and I understand why people are like, oh, well, you didn't specifically deny the claim that you're selling our data at all. I understand that it's suspicious the way that they worded that.
Yeah.
And I think, yeah, I really don't know. I think it would be absolutely ridiculous for them to still be selling data after releasing a statement like that. I think it would genuinely be weasel behavior. So I hope that's not the case. Okay. I have no idea. This is crazy.
It's all right.
This is crazy, y'all.
Okay, let us know in the comments what you think.
Yeah, seriously.
That'll be the question. Okay, next one. So a big event design that Pokemon does, and I think most games do this, is the FOMO event design. So there's very, very limited events, okay? You have 3-hour community days where, hey, this shiny is boosted for 3 hours. Only these 3 hours you can play and get this event. You have week events where you can only, this new Pokemon is out, but it's only in eggs for a week. There's even some Pokemon that are shiny locked, except for a week of the year you can get it. Like Shiny Melton and Shiny Gimmighoul are two shinies that normally you can't find them shiny, but then they turn on the switch and let them be shiny. So raids are very exclusive. There's short exclusive event windows. There's timed research, which is research that you can go ahead and work on. But once the event ends, it disappears. So if you don't finish it, you don't get the rewards that you didn't claim. Disappears.
Hate that.
Even if you pay for it. There's some that are paid.
Hate that.
It makes it very difficult for people who work shifts, can't work weekends, or work weekends, blah, 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 all this stuff.
So the hours are mostly set for you.
Yeah, the event times are very set. Do you think this is good for engagement and this actually gets people to move their schedules around and actually go play the event and gives them the urgency to play it? Or do you think it actually I don't know, you're going to get less people and it's just excluding people?
I think it's actually quite a barrier. I think your point of people work shifts that can't be, moved around. People have kids that they need to tend to at certain hours. What
would be your solution then to it? Because I think I'm with the mentality that you cannot please everybody.
You can't. I think, so if you had like a 3-hour event during a day, I think it should be up to the user to decide when to start that 3-hour for themselves.
Okay.
Someone who's maybe a morning person has to go to work, maybe at 9 a.m., wants to wake up at 5 a.m. and run their event from 6 to 9. Whereas someone who maybe has children and wants to take care of their children, tend to their children, send them off to school, and then play the event, I think that it should honestly be catered to the user. I think if you got a 3-hour event, it should be whenever they choose to start the event, and then it can run for their 3 hours for the whole day.
Okay.
Or if it's a week event, I think if it's a week event, there's a bit more grace, but I think specific times.
Like the short ones, yeah.
I think the short ones, I do agree that there would be barriers from people who can't move their schedules around, and that would be pretty disappointing, I think.
I think you kind of hit the nail on the head, because it's something that the community has just brought up a lot. I think, not to rebuttal or play devil's advocate, but again, it goes back to the thing that Niantic has said before, in which we want the events to all be at the same time so that people are playing at the same time and people are finding each other in the wild at the same time.
Sorry, my mama just stuck her head out.
You know what I mean?
Yes. Where'd you go?
I don't know.
Okay, she's gone.
So yeah, that's like the rebuttal, but I do agree. It would be nice if you could like choose when you play your event. You know what I mean?
Agree.
So
I
anyway.
agree.
Okay, cool.
Sorry.
Okay.
She was like, just stuck her head.
The final question. Pokemon is doing water stuff in the background.
What is she watering?
Okay,
Yes.
the final thing. Okay, so this is the biggest theory in the community. I kind of tested this last week or 2 weeks ago when I was in Japan. When you create a new account in Pokemon Go, people believe that you have higher odds of finding shiny Pokemon for the first so-and-so time. You have higher odds of getting good IV Pokemon. And you just get better spawns, better encounters, all of that stuff from being a new account. And why would they do this? Well, of course, to
entice gameplay.
Entice gameplay, get people hooked.
Right.
Do you believe this is a real... Because this is a myth and a theory that people have come in, like... You hear stories, people are like, oh, like my brother just started playing and he already has like a Shundo and he started like a week ago. Do you believe in this theory or not?
I don't know. I could understand why they would do something like that if they were to do it. You know, obviously to get people to feel like, oh, maybe I'm just, you know, the chosen one or I'm just really good. But at the same time, it's also possible maybe that the game is just naturally progressing into like, maybe it is just easier than it was in 2016 to catch a shiny Pokemon. Or like, maybe it is just easier now than when so-and-so started playing to do that. And maybe that's more what they're seeing. But honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if that was something that the game did include.
Yeah.
So I believe it. But also, I think maybe the game is naturally just getting more popular, so naturally you're getting more spawns left and right, and people just notice that more compared to when they started playing.
Okay. And I'll hit you with a follow-up question, because people believe this in this thing called YouTuber luck. They think that my account, because I'm a creator and I make videos and I show off events, that my account is boosted and I get more shiny Pokemon.
I wouldn't be surprised at that either, to be honest.
Really?
I mean...
I understand the theory. I understand the theory.
Yes, I understand the theory. I think it's unlikely, like some random guy from Ottawa, that Niantic has your like name on a list.
They do. Well, they do know my account. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
they do.
Once again, it's like I understand
the theory.
Why they would do that, and I understand the theory, and I honestly wouldn't be that surprised. But once again, it's like, it would be cool for you. It would be kind of crazy though at the same time that they like know your account and choose to boost it because, you know, for whatever reason.
I can understand it too, but I also think people don't see the full story. And obviously I post the videos and I get shinies in them because that's like what I'm going.
He edits.
You know what I mean? Like you don't see it, or like when I live stream. So like you're not seeing the full picture almost. You're just seeing the good stuff.
He works a lot, and I think like you are kind of posting your highlight reel, so naturally it might seem like
sometimes I don't do good.
Yeah, and at the same time, like while I understand why Niantic or whatever would do that, I think at the same time what the community really wants is someone who's relatable on the internet and someone who...
I hope that they don't do it, to be honest. But I can understand why they would.
I can understand why they would, but like maybe you should post more of the days where you really don't catch anything so people understand and like relate to you a little bit more because like...
Vlogs with 0 shiny encounters coming soon, guys.
Comparison is a thief of joy, y'all. Okay, it's like my brother's favorite line.
When have I ever said that?
You literally, you have it like written in your room or something. But I do think it wouldn't be fair because I think what we need to see more of on social media is just relatability, just people being real. It's so easy to get caught up in the rat race and to compare yourself to someone on social media when you don't really recognize that they are cutting and editing and really showing you their highlights. So maybe, you know, give a dog a bone.
Feedback.
You know, maybe you should post more of the days where you really don't get anything.
You know what? I will.
It happens to the best of us.
And look, if my account is boosted, guys, I don't know about it. Okay, I would tell you if it was.
Well, you wouldn't. Yeah, he wouldn't know. He wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know.
But maybe you need to make a new account, a new undercover account.
I did make a new account.
Oh, okay. But don't tell anyone. Don't even tell your followers. Do like a year of research and then release a video and describe what you found.
Technically having 2 accounts is not allowed, but...
Oh. You can have my old account and do some comparison.
Some research. It's for research.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you for coming on. Thank you for answering the questions.
That was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope I was like knowledgeable enough, even though I don't
think you're the goal is not to be knowledgeable here.
Because I don't know much.
Okay.
I've obviously learned a lot since Pokemon Boot Camp, though.
Yeah, you definitely come a long way. Okay, well, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you enjoyed, maybe we can do another one of these in the new year when she comes back to Ottawa.
Yes, or Dax will come to Alberta.
Or I'll come back to Alberta.
In the Rockies.
The Rockies.
Woohoo! Thank you guys for watching. I had so much fun.
What are you doing?
I'm just spinning. It's nice.
Anyway, watch out 2 YAP sessions on screen if you enjoy this one. We'll catch you guys all next Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern. I'm starting to post the YAP sessions 1 hour earlier, so we'll see you at 11 next week.
Follow for more tips.
Peace.
Bye.